Hikaru Nakamura, number 1 in Blitz, number 2, I checked yesterday, number 2 in the world in classic chess, one of the most watched chess streamers in the world, a player who built a second career as a content creator without losing a single step at the super elite level. And a question that nobody has answered properly. Why is Hikaru so dominant in Blitz, even more than Magnus? The answer isn't in his opening preparation. It isn't in his tactical speed. It's in his personality and in what he did with his personality. For this analysis, we use the Enneagram, a 9-type model of personality organized around a diagram. Each personality type has a core motivation, a natural set of strengths, and a set of patterns represented by these connecting lines that can either unlock or limit performance. Each type processes the world differently through a dominant center of intelligence. Some types think first, some feel first, some have gut feelings first, and that difference at the elite level defines everything. Hikaru is a type 7. In the Enneagram, we call this type the enthusiast. The core of type 7 is this: I want to enjoy life. I want variety, stimulation, new experiences, and nobody is going to limit that. 7's attention is directed outward, toward the world, toward new possibilities. Every skill they develop opens the door to the next. Competency multiplies, and critically, 7s don't see hierarchy the way other types do. Hikaru said it directly in his interview with Lex Fridman. He says something like this: what I love about chess is that everyone is equal at the board. A billionaire and 9-year-old kid, everyone is respected equally. That's a type 7 psychological foundation. Hikaru genuinely doesn't experience Magnus Carlsen as superior. He experiences him as an equal opponent. And that absence of awe, that equalization, is a massive competitive advantage. While other players may freeze in front of Magnus's aura, Hikaru sits down and plays. Now, Hikaru isn't just a type 7, a pure type 7. He's a 7 with an 8 wing. The wing is one of the neighboring types that gives a certain flavor and direction to the main type. In Hikaru, the type 8 wing adds something very powerful: self-confidence, willpower, a ferocious capacity to defend his territory. The main type, the 7, wants to enjoy and explore. The 8 wants to dominate and protect. Together, they produce a personality that is simultaneously playful and ferocious. There's a lion in there, but the lion doesn't come out all the time. Hikaru's default is cool, curious, funny, exploratory, but the moment someone threatens his freedom, the lion appears. Hikaru is normally quite relaxed, but when the lion comes out, he can be extremely direct, unrelenting. And then, once the territory was defended, he goes right back to streaming, laughing. That's not inconsistency. That's the 7 with an 8 wing operating exactly as designed. By the way, when he was younger, this wing was much more active. It's definitely mellowing with age. Now here is the insight that explains everything about Hikaru in Blitz. Magnus is a body-center type. His dominant intelligence is somatic, instinct, physical presence, gut decisions, raw instinctual energy, smelling the board. Then and only then comes the computer, the analysis. Fabi, to the contrary, is a head-center type. That's the main dominant intelligence. Okay? It's analytical. It's calculation, preparation, depth. Now, Hikaru is both. Instinct and head, simultaneously. The type 7's head center gives him mental processing velocity, rapid pattern recognition, adaptive thinking, speed. The 8 wing body center gives him somatic intuition, the same gut intelligence, the same raw instinctual energy that Magnus has. In Blitz, where you have 10 seconds to move. You cannot calculate deeply. There's no time. You need intuition. And you need to process that intuition fast. Hikaru has both at the same time. He confirmed this himself. My intuition is very good, he said, so I'm strong in Blitz in particular. Fabi wants to activate his calculation computer, but in 10 seconds there's no time. Hikaru is describing his own personality architecture. Head center velocity plus body center intuition equals the most dangerous Blitz player on the planet. Fabi can't replicate that because he only uses mainly one of the two centers, and Magnus, as dominant as he is, doesn't have the mental processing speed of the type 7. Hikaru developed both. That's the weapon. Now, this combination isn't without its challenges. The 7 and the 8 want different things. The 7 says, let's enjoy this, let's flow, let's share, explore, connect. The 8 side says, don't show weakness, protect your territory, dominate. Now, these two voices are in constant dialogue, and Hikaru himself described a moment where he inadvertently may have shown to Magnus, through a series of informal games they both agreed to have back in the day, some strategic information allowing Magnus to perhaps decode part of Hikaru's style. The 7 in him said, hey, why not? Let's flow, enjoy the exchange, be open. His 8 side still criticizes that to this day. Why did you do that? What did you just do? Don't show him your cards. That tension is real, and managing it, knowing when to let the 7 flow and when to let the 8 protect, is exactly what Hikaru learned to do. When these two forces are aligned, when winning feels genuinely fun, Hikaru is nearly unbeatable. When they conflict, when the 8s need to dominate, creates pressure that kills the 7's joy, performance may drop. That's the inner game that Hikaru optimized, not by eliminating either voice, but by learning to let them work together. Here is what makes Hikaru's story remarkable, beyond the chess. He took a type 7's personality and channeled it into chess first, sustained focus on one domain, chess, long enough to reach the absolute top. That's not natural for a 7. 7s want variety. They want multiple worlds. Hikaru disciplined that impulse, not by suppressing it, but by finding variety within the focus. So chess is the big umbrella, but then different formats: Blitz, rapid, classical, streaming, commentary, content creation. Variety inside the commitment. And then, once he has built the elite foundation, he let the 7 expand. The streaming career, the content, the personality that built millions of followers. He didn't choose between chess greatness and 7 freedom. He sequenced them. Chess first, then everything else. And that sequencing, that discipline, applied to a 7's natural expansiveness, is what he built, step by step. So Hikaru, he didn't just have a great personality for chess. He took what he had and optimized it, found the variety within the focus, sequenced the expansion, built both. Magnus and Hikaru have completely different personalities and both reached the absolute top, each in their own way. That's the point of this entire series. If you're curious about discovering your own personality type and how it may be impacting in your chess playing, we at Madanes have developed the EnneaRoles assessment, tested and refined over 15 years of applied research while collaborating with the International Association of Coaching. Now the EnneaRoles assessment is available in its chess edition. It maps your personality, it helps you understand how you perform under pressure, and it helps you discover your blind spots. And if you work with a chess team, it helps you understand how your personalities interact, where you support each other, and where the friction may come from. So you can then, with the map in your hand, optimize it to support your technical training. So feel free to drop us an email directly or use the links in the description below. See you on the board.